On episode 2 of a 10-week, 10,000 kilometer, 8,700 mile trip to the Arctic Ocean, you'll see black bear, waterfalls, fishing, and dinosaurs.
Wow!
So I've had a leak in the trailer. Last night it was pouring rain. So here's my temporary solution to the problem of this leak. I've just laid a plastic garbage bag over top of this and it sticks really well to the trailer. So hopefully that's done enough of a job just to keep the majority of the water off of this unit. I just finished packing up for the day. I packed up the camper in the pouring rain. It's absolutely just soaking wet everything this morning. And I was gonna go fishing, but it's kind of miserable. So I'm probably just gonna head up north and see what I can get up there for fishing. Maybe the rain will stop for a little while. I've only got about an hour and a half drive to my next destination, which is around Mount Robson. So I definitely want to get up there, I think, as quickly as I can, hopefully to escape some of this weather. It's just a little too damp to do a whole lot today. It has finally cleared up a little bit. So I just stopped at a rest stop on the way up to my next assignment here. I'm only about 5 minutes away. I didn't want to show up too early, so I thought I'd just sit here and do a little bit of work. So this is my office right now. Morning of day 9 on the Great Northern Project, and here we are at Mountain River Lodge, and we're going to be photographing here today. What you doing in my trailer? There you go, buddy. There's the balls I made that time. Ah, okay. Oh yeah, it's like air conditioning. Right now I'm on the trail to Rearguard Falls, which is just down the highway from them, and I hope to see some salmon jumping up this waterfall here. Morning of day 10, and it's raining out right now. It's around 9:30 in the morning. I think it's going to be a good travel day today. I'm going to pack up here early and head out and head towards Prince George area. And there's a number of rivers there that I could try to fish in. There's a number of Forest Service campgrounds I could stay in overnight. So I think I'm going to head that way. This is Mount Robson Park. Beautiful. This is the small river, and it looks like a small river. And that's a nice little run here, so I'm going to give this a try. I'm just off of Highway 5 north towards Prince George. I'm here on the Goat River on the way up to Prince George. I'm probably about 150 kilometers east of Prince George. Yeah, we got a stickfish. Look at the size of that thing. Well, check this out. This is a rest stop at the Bowen River. What a great spot. It looks like it's fishy, like really fishy here. End of day 10. Wow, what an interesting day. Just spent it just basically driving all the way from Mount Robson to Prince George. So here I am in a RV campground. Pretty standard. This one's a little bit better than most. I think there was a no fish day today, but a memorable one anyways, just to see 2 deer. That's the only critters that I saw. Oh, a couple squirrels today too. Oh, and I did catch a stickfish, as you saw. Good morning. Morning of day 11. And today is going to be a travel day heading to Mackenzie from Prince George, where I'm at right now. Probably not a wise thing to go fishing here. Right in the city, right in the middle of Prince George. Right in the spot that I'm going to go fishing in. There's a bear. Let's see what happens. All right. Hey, bear. Hey, bear. There you are. Hello. I see you in there. Hi. There you are. He's hiding in there. There is where that black bear is right now. He's just sitting there in the bushes. I've been looking to see if he's going to come down and chase me off my spot, but nope. I think it's just minding its own business. Here I am on the Salmon River, just north of Prince George. So there's obviously some fish in here. Let's just check it out. What is hanging around? A little guy that just went for it there again. There he goes. Nice white fish. There he goes. At Red Rocky Creek, right on about 80 kilometers north of Prince George, right on the side of the highway. Super busy, really noisy kind of spot, but there's lots of fish rising here, and I thought, you know, I might just be in grayling country, so I'm going to give it a try. Oh, we got one on. Oh, on and gone. Oh yeah, some bigger ones in here for sure. Oh, there he is. And, oh, he had it. Looked like a rainbow. So I'm checking out the Parsnip River next. Probably about 40 kilometers south of Mackenzie. Here's that little red worm fly that did so well. Boy, does that ever look buggy, doesn't it? That looks like something that a fish would want for sure. I think the thing about this 3-weight beautiful loop rod and reel combination is that, man, can you ever shoot a lot of line with this thing? I mean, it's windy out, but look at that. I mean, that's like a 40-50 foot cast. So check out my campsite for tonight. I am about 30 kilometers or so outside of Mackenzie. This is the site where there apparently was a bear this morning that scared a young boy right next to the lake, which is just kind of over there behind that camper. And they said it's been hanging around here for a little while. Just a small bear. So as you see, I've set up the trail cam on this tree right about up there. And so we'll see if we catch it tonight, which would be really cool if I did get footage of that. This morning started off in Prince George fishing on the Nechako River, which was pretty cool. And then seeing that little bear just on the trail, like noticing all the bear scat everywhere, I figured, oh, there's got to be a bear that's living in this area. And sure enough, there was a fella that stopped me there. He was taking his dog for a walk, and he says, you know, there's a bear like just right over there. And I just kind of deked off the side a little bit higher up on the hill, and I saw it moving around the bushes, and then he just walked right past it. It was probably 10, 15 feet off the trail. So I just sort of walked past it as well, and I got a little video of it just sort of hiding in the bush. It was just sitting there looking at me, just a little guy. And probably not the safest thing to do, but you know, lately I kind of treat black bears, especially in populated areas, as more like squirrels than anything else. They're just everywhere. You just give them the space and they're fine. But tomorrow's going to be an interesting day. Again, lots of fishing, and we'll see what happens. And I'll let you know whether that bear comes by tonight. And if it does, if I hear it, I'll be sure to get some footage of that as I'm screaming wildly in the camper. No, just kidding. I've got 3 levels of protection with me here. I've got the air horn, which is the #1 or the first line of defense. And if that doesn't work, I have the bear spray. And if that doesn't work, well, I've got some firepower that I did bring with me, but I'm not going to take it out because that's kind of more for the big grizzly bears up north. And that just gives me a good false sense of security, knowing that it's there. That'll be a whole new story by itself there, bringing those guns across the border. Was a process, and I have the right approval for that. Anyways, different story. That's in the future. So stay tuned, and we'll see what tomorrow has to offer. All right, we're going to check this out, see if it's good. It's been about an hour. We're going to take our knife, we're just going to poke it in there, do a bit of a poke test here just to see if it comes out clean, and it does. That bread is ready, and man, does it smell good. Ooh, nice and crispy, this one. I may have left that one in just a little bit too long, but that is fine looking loaf of bread. You could probably even knock a bear out with that thing if you wanted to. Good morning, day 12. Beautiful morning this morning. Wasn't all that cold out last night. I checked the trail cam and there was no bear activity here last night at all, so I didn't get any footage of that. That's too bad. I didn't hear a darn thing. I slept like a rock last night. It's going to be a travel day today again, so I'm going to be heading up to Mackenzie, and from there probably get down into the Tumbler Ridge area, maybe up around Dawson Creek, something like that. And then I'll find myself a Forest Service campground up there as well. So looking forward to doing some fishing, a little bit of processing of images for clients today. Got to get some of those delivered pretty soon. And just have a nice day today. All right. We're going to cut into this loaf of bread that we just made. Let's just check this out. Look at that. Look at all the seeds in there. Perfectly made. Nice and tasty. Really looking forward to having this for my breakfast. Beer bread on a barbecue. So simple to make. So I am in Mackenzie, British Columbia, and I've just stopped at a really unique place. This is the world's largest tree crusher. Whoa! I'm going to give you a sense of the scale of this crazy thing. Like, I'm reaching up 8 feet right now. These are the big crushing teeth and the huge drum that just rolls over the forest. Obviously when it's logged, but just amazing the size of this thing. Built in the 60s. Why it's here and not being used is beyond me, but pretty cool. It's look at this big gear thing here. That's like the steering on this thing. These massive teeth. I'm just off the highway here from Mackenzie, just about maybe 10 kilometers or so south of town, and I come across this wonderful little swamp area, obviously a lake that is on its last legs here. It's a dying lake. Beautiful stream. There's a huge pool in here. You know, honestly, I'd be shocked if I don't get at least a bite in here. This is a very fishy kind of spot, and there's a lovely run over there. I'm going to... Absolutely shocking that I could not get a fish out of that hole and that run. I don't know. I tried like about 10 different flies over the course of 45 minutes and absolutely nothing. So it just goes to show you, sometimes there's a hole that doesn't look like it's going to produce any fish that does, and then a really fishy looking hole that produces diddly squat. Finally, I found some bear tracks. Pretty small, compared to my foot. Oh, I should have pulled in here. So I'm between Chetwynd and Tumbler Ridge this afternoon, late afternoon actually, and I've been following the Pine River for quite some time. And here I am on the Pine River with kind of a rocky background. And I thought, you know, this would be a great place to bring out the other fishing rod. Let's have a look at you first of all. Aren't you pretty? Huh? So, my first fish of the Great Northern Project. Oh man. Good morning. Morning of day 13. It's kind of a cool one this morning. It's kind of overcast. Might do some raining here. I made a decision last night to go without the trailer for the day. So I'm going to leave the trailer here, unhooked. Truck is over there, ready to go, and I'm going to head to Tumbler Ridge. Check out the big spaceship hanging up there in space. I'm just outside of Tumbler Ridge, and I'm going to be checking out the dinosaur footprints track that's here and a trail. This is called the Cretaceous Trackway. So there's a couple of boys who discovered this back in the summer of 2000. Really interesting. And now it's a World UNESCO Heritage Site. And I'm going to be checking out this trail right down here to Flatbed Falls. And I might do this here, depends on how I feel. But apparently there's like dinosaur tracks everywhere in here. So that's kind of cool. Check it out. That's cool. There's this one right here, which is kind of cool. Put my foot next to it and get a sense of scale, how big that really is. See the big claw marks on that one. This whole area apparently is just chock full of them. Another one here, different kind of dinosaur again. My foot next to that one. That's a big pad. I put my left foot down here, you can see it right beside it on the right. And there's a couple more over here. Just to the left of my foot. Another one here, also to the left of my foot. This is the Razorback Trail. You can see why. These are the tracks that I saw actually down at the pool here. These are the first ones that I'd seen from the theropod. And then I think it was this one here that I saw next, actually, the ankylosaur. That was the really big pad. And then this was kind of more the smaller pads. But really fascinating to see something that's like millions of years old, literally. Good morning, day 14. And it's a windy, cloudy day today. It's warm, but boy was it ever windy last night. The trees are just howling, and every once in a while you get that big gust of wind, and it kind of scares you a little bit, thinking, oh my gosh, is a tree or a branch gonna fall on your trailer? Before I set out each day on my travels, I make sure that I've got everything ready to go inside the vehicle. So I've got the Blue 80 AC180 solar charging unit down here in the passenger seat area. That's great in being able to charge while I'm driving and charge all my various devices, but itself needs to be charged as well. So what I do is while I'm driving, I plug it into the 12-volt cigarette lighter here, and I let that charge all day long. It's a pretty slow charge while it's plugged into DC. But if you've got it plugged into AC, it charges super fast. I don't have access to a lot of AC outlets around, and when I do, believe me, I plug it in right away. So this is going to take care of all my charging needs during the day. And at nighttime, I normally plug things in. I take this thing into the camper, sits right next to the bed, and I got all my stuff that I'm charging up: camera batteries, iPhone batteries, you know, my Garmin InReach, the drone batteries, and so on. It's great for that. But sometimes I'll forget to plug something in, or during the day I'll be using up a lot of power on things like drone batteries or GoPro batteries. I want to make sure that that is being charged while I drive. As soon as the battery runs out, boom, it's in here to be charged, even if it's the only thing that requires charging. So I've got one little plug set up here with a couple of USB outlets on it, and the white one here, that's just for my Garmin InReach, and I'll just plug that in to any one of the 4 sockets that are here. And if I need the Garmin charge, it's charged right now, so I don't really need to have that plugged in. But I'll let that dangle there just in case it does sort of run low during the day. And this is for my GoPro. I can charge 2 batteries at the same time, so that'll just sit there or dangle off the side. And I've also got my iPhone charger sitting somewhere. Here it is. And I'll have that plugged in, because that's the one that's going to get used the most. And so what I'll do is I'll leave this thing plugged into my iPhone here while it's driving. These wind turbines are so cool. There's so many of them up here, just up the highway from Tumbler Ridge, and you could just hear the sound these things make. They're really quite impressive. Just coming up to the highway that leads into Dawson Creek, but just wanted to show you this section of highway. It's pretty straight for a long time. Check out the GPS map. Well, I've just gotten to the Moberly River. It's the Moberly River Bridge here, on the way to Hudson's Hope, just north of Chetwynd. When I leave my vehicle and I walk into these remote places to either go fishing or just to go for a little walk, I'm always carrying 2 safety devices with me. One of them is my bear spray, and that's always on my side. It's in a holster. I'll show you what that looks like. I pull it out. Great big can of bear spray right there, always pointing forward. And the other safety device I carry with me at all times And I'll unclip this here, and I've showed this to you before, and it's my Garmin InReach. So if I fall and break an ankle and I'm out of cell phone range, I at least have this device that I can press the SOS button on the side. I'm crossing the Peace River. Peace, man. Wow. This is a big river. Good morning. Morning of day 15. I didn't sign off last night. It was pretty late getting into this campsite. I just needed to get some housekeeping done, so I had a nice shower, did some laundry, cleaned up a little bit. Found this cute little campsite here in Hudson's Hope. Today is going to be an interesting day. I'm going to do a little bit of sightseeing in this area. This is on the Peace River. And there's quite a few large dams on the river, including the WAC Bennett Dam, which is massive, and the soon-to-be flooded area from the Site C Dam. I'm going to go check the local museum and the tourist info place here just to see what areas exactly are going to be flooded. And I wouldn't mind sort of going down into those areas, getting a little bit of footage of that, because in October, my understanding is that they're going to flood the area. And it'll take 4 months, and then those areas will just never be seen ever again. So I just thought maybe if there's a trail down there or some kind of fishing spot, maybe I would give that a try and show you folks what that would be like before it's completely underwater. This is the Peace River in Hudson Hope, British Columbia. And in a few months' time, the Site C Dam near Fort St. John will be shut off and permanently will flood this valley with probably 15 to 20 feet of water, probably doubling its width. Just walking through the old museum here in Hudson Hope. The area I'm driving on right now will be underwater sometime in the next 5 or 6 months. This is the part of the Peace River that will be flooded because of the Site C Dam. I am about an hour north of Fort St. John, and I'm on the Alaska Highway. I just wanted to show this to you because this is fairly typical of what the Alaska Highway will look like when you're not going through the Rockies. So I've been driving the past 2 hours, just the sheer boredom, and I had to stop. I'm only 20 minutes from my destination, and I see this Beton Riviere, this river, and I've got to fish it. It just looks pretty fishy. Interesting. So somebody buried their dog here back in 2020, October of 2020. Interesting. I just saw some fish rising there. Oh, had a bite there. Oh, that was definitely a bite. Yeah, he's got it now. Ha ha ha. On and gone. The walk of shame when you've not caught something again and you're walking back to the truck. Let's check out the beautiful light here coming down the Alaska Highway. Just the last 10 kilometers before my campsite. And look at the beautiful boreal forest here, the black spruce, they're kind of stunted. This to me really feels north. It's a great morning, it's about 6:30, and it's time to do some fishing. I was told that there's some fish jumping in a pool right over, kind of right behind the trailer over here. So I'm gonna go into there and throw a fly in there. I got my waders on this morning because this is a very wading kind of river. It's going to be a great day for fishing. I'm really looking forward to this, and I bet you, I can almost guarantee you, my first grayling is going to come to the net today. All right, stay tuned for that.